Hi guys, it's Sandeep from Phone Arena and today we have a brand new product for unboxing. So this here is the latest fitness tracker from Intex. This is called the fitRist Pulzz and this has been announced at a price rupees 1799. It's available in 4 different colors: black, blue, green as well as violet, and this here is the retail box itself. So this has an OLED display, it comes with an IPX7 rating, and apart from that it also monitors your heart rate, it monitors your sleep as well as your motion and other activities. So let's go ahead and take a look at the unboxing now. The box itself is pretty much right there in your face. You can see the device itself, the fitRist Pulzz is right there. You can see the 4 different colors: the black, the blue, the violet as well as the green. And apart from that, you also get a free separate band that you can interchange with the one you already have. In our case, it's the orange band, and apart from that, you could get one of the other options, which is basically an aqua one, a gray one, as well as a lime green one, as you can see at the back. It also mentions the different features that are there. You can track your night's deep sleep, the total amount of sleep, light sleep, all the different kinds of sleep that you basically go, your activities such as your steps, the running, the distance, the heart rate monitor, and even calories. You can also have notifications from calls, SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. You can control your music, you can control your camera, you can find your phone as well, and this supports an OTA update also. Additionally, it's compatible with phones running on Android version 4.4 or higher, as well as iOS 7.0 and higher. So let's take a look at what's inside the box. So here is the fitRist Pulzz itself. You can see it's actually already turned on. I think I might have accidentally turned it on when I was taking it out. And there is a display that shows the different features, the highlights. The band is made of silicone overall. You can see that there's an Intex branding which is on the inside, surprisingly, not on the outside like you find on Xiaomi devices. You can see that there's a 3-pin connector at the back as well as the heart rate sensor over here. The OLED display is here, and apart from that you also get the extra band in the package, which in our case is an orange color band. You also get a booklet which seems to come inside a polythene bag, and for good reason, because you actually get a screwdriver which you can use to change the bands, I suppose. And additionally, it's mentioned that connect the USB charging cable first to a power source before turning it on. You get the warranty booklet, user manual, and finally you get the cable and the dock. So this here is the cable and the dock. So the dock is a 3-pin dock which goes to the back of your device, and it's a proprietary cable, not a micro USB like in the case of some devices where you just need the adapter apart from the micro USB cable in order to connect it. This actually requires the entire dock itself to be clipped onto your device, and then it begins charging. So all you have to do is just expand it here and place it and align the 3 connectors onto the dock, and you're good to go. So that's how you charge it basically. So let's just boot up the fitRist Pulzz and take a look at what it offers. So this here is the fitRist Pulzz. This is actually the black version. So the main part of the fitRist Pulzz doesn't actually change. What changes is the band version itself. So this here is the black variant. You get blue, violet as well as green by default, and you also get an extra band within the packaging itself. So as you can see here, the fitRist Pulzz branding is here. There's a touch sensitive button over here that you can use to control the different modes. This here is the default mode that shows you the date, the month, the time, as well as the amount of battery life left on it. You can touch it to change between the different modes. And this is a 0.66 inch display. It's an OLED display, and it actually blends quite nicely into the sides of the body and actually feels like an entirely single unit. And this has a resolution of 64 by 48 pixels. Considering that it is a tiny screen, that is good enough, and it actually seems to be bright enough. There might be a brightness setting later on, we'll show you once we pair it, but it seems to be good enough so far. So this is compatible with Android devices running Android version 4.4 or higher. It also compatible with iOS devices running iOS 7 or higher. Apart from that, it comes with Bluetooth 4.0 LE. It weighs just 28.6 grams, which is actually quite good considering that it comes with an OLED display. It's actually quite a bit bottom heavy right now when I'm holding it, since the band seems to have a bit more weight than the OLED display and the main unit itself, but once you wear it, I think it will sort of become evenly distributed. This comes with an 80 mAh battery that promises battery life of up to 7 days, And considering that the pixels and the display size is pretty small, I think you should be able to achieve that, which is not bad. Some of the other bands achieve much better battery life, but 7 days is still pretty much good enough time for you to remain relatively careless about charging the device, so you don't have to worry about charging the device too often. This comes with a 3-axis accelerometer, a heart rate sensor. So you can see the heart rate sensor at the back over here. And additionally, this is the 3-pin connector for charging and connecting it to a dock. It also is able to track your sleeping pattern, your heart rate monitor, as well as motion, whether you're running, walking, etc., your step count. And additionally, it's water resistant. It has an IPX7 rating as well. So this here is the Intex fitRist Pulzz software as it is. So we have actually paired it up. As you can see here, it's showing a connector status, and it shows that it has 42% of battery life, and it even shows the amount of range that I'm getting, cellular range. So how you basically do this is go to device, and whenever your pulse is actually on, it'll show you the device appearing here. You can even choose to delink it if you want to connect another pulse, or someone else wants to connect their pulse to this particular smartphone. So at the home screen, you have the amount of steps that you've taken with the band. You have the running stats, you have the walking stats, you can have the heart rate sensor, beats per minute, and your total amount of sleep. Since we have not actually started using it, none of these are actually available at the moment. But apart from that, you also have a bunch of settings that you can configure. So you have an anti-lost mode where the band will actually start to vibrate when you go at a certain distance from your smartphone. So that prevents you from losing your smartphone in case you ever forget it somewhere. It also has phone searching, where you can actually use it to trigger it remotely in terms of actually making your phone vibrate. You can have music control, camera control. You can enable vibration on your band if you want. You can choose to have notifications. As I mentioned, there are 4 different notifications that are available for calls, SMS, Facebook, as well as WhatsApp. So you can choose to have them all turned on, or turn them off individually, or turn them all off at once. Apart from that, you can set different alarms. You can have up to 2 alarms. You can choose your ringtone, whether it should follow the system or whether it should have a different sort of ringtone when it's connected to the band. You have a hydration reminder, so you can choose that sort of time where the band should actually inform you to drink water. In case you're a person who doesn't really drink enough water consciously, you can actually use this to actually help it. You have a sleep preference time, where it'll actually set notifications to silent. You have a firmware upgrade screen over here. So it just checks the version that you're currently running and confirms with its database online whether it's actually the current version. Last function is basically a remote control of the camera app. So you need to launch this particular camera app within the fitRist Pulzz software, and once you do, you can actually remotely control the trigger. So I'm going to head into the camera option here, and you can select the different modes by just tapping, but then in order to take a photo after focusing, what you need to do is press and hold this button. So as you can see, it's taking a photo. So now when you head into a gallery, you can see that I've taken these photos. So I've actually strapped on the fitRist Pulzz over here, and it feels quite good. It feels quite lightweight, and as I mentioned earlier, the weight distribution seems much better now once that I've worn it. And the tapping seems more intuitive as well. It's quite easy to do, and I'll be using this on a regular basis from now just to see how it works, and we'll be bringing you a review of the same as well. So the one thing I really didn't like about this is the fact how you wear it. So this tiny button over here looks kind of awkward, and I would have preferred if Intex actually brought this particular thing on the outside, but rather than putting it on the outside, they put it on the inside, and that kind of feels weird. But apart from that, the fitRist Pulzz seems quite good, especially at the asking price of ₹1,799. It's available exclusively through Flipkart, and you can purchase it at a price of ₹1,799. It's available in 4 different colors: black, which we have here, a green, a blue, as well as a violet version. Hey guys, we hope you like this video. If you want to see more of such videos related to tech as well as wearables, do click the subscribe button above.